Hello, my name's Lizzie. I'm Anglican. 2 weeks tomorrow, I will be moving into a convent ready to become a postulant. The reason I'm lying on my floor is I've got no furniture left in my flat because I'm in the process of moving out of my flat and I'll be living with my parents this last fortnight before I move into the convent. I'm having to sort out my stuff anyway, so I thought this was a convenient time to do a video I've been meaning to do for a while about toiletries at the convent, which I guess some people are just genuinely interested in. But if you're in the position that I was in, where you are actually wondering if God's calling you to religious life, then if you're like me, you do have just questions about how these things work. But when you're having conversations with like the head of a convent about whether God's calling you to religious life or whether God's calling you to a particular community, you don't feel like you can be asking questions about like shower gel and stuff in those kind of conversations. So I hope this, as well as just being interesting to people in general, if they find this kind of thing interesting, I hope if anyone out there is wondering if they're called to religious life and they've got this kind of question that they feel they can't ask anyone else, I hope this video is useful to you.
I will hold your people in my heart.
I guess one of the first things to say is that you're probably aware that people in religious life take a vow of poverty, and that one of the ways of explaining what poverty means is not having your own possessions, but that doesn't stretch to certain kind of personal care things like for hygiene reasons. So, for example, it doesn't mean that just because you've taken a vow of poverty, you don't have like your own toothbrush. I mean, like strictly, it doesn't kind of belong to you in the strictest sense that it was given to you by the community, etc. But of course, you're going to have certain things that you keep in your room and that only you use, like toothbrushes and deodorant and that kind of thing. So I just thought I'd say that because people might be wondering about how all of this works with a vow of poverty or with not having your own possessions. If you think about it, if you're living in community with other people, it's in their interest that you don't smell and that you're hygienic. And any religious community is going to make sure that you've got all the essentials that you need, like to be hygienic and to look after yourself and be presentable. And where I'm going, and I'm pretty sure this would be the same with any religious community, all the essentials are given to you. Are there available to you, and because really like in a religious community is that everyone kind of everything is like shared communally. There are communal cupboards where you just take what you need, like I don't know, when you need a new toothbrush, when you need a new tube of toothpaste, you go and take that from a communal cupboard, for example. But I'll go through my toiletries in a minute and explain to you what I know is provided by the convent, and I'm sure this will be pretty much the same in any religious community. So anything that is essential, you would be given. And also, I don't know how common this is with other communities, but where I'm going, we'd also be given a small monthly allowance, which would be enough just to buy like one or two things from a pound shop if you felt that you needed something else toiletry wise that wasn't provided by the convent. But I'll switch over to my phone for filming now, and I'll just talk through all the stuff that I happen to own, and yeah, go from there.
I've been around what's left of my bathroom and bedroom and just brought out a bit of everything I own in terms of toiletries or like personal care type stuff. And then what I've done is I've made three labels. One is essentials, one is what you might call superficial, and one is somewhere in the middle. So I thought it would be quite interesting just to take what I've already got, and work out which of these three piles that they would go in.
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, old Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
So in my superficial pile, I have got basically makeup, nail varnish remover, makeup remover, perfume, and face mask. And these are things that I wouldn't, or you wouldn't need in a convent, but also things that I don't feel would be, what's the word, like appropriate things to spend this little allowance on either. Just, yeah, to me that these are things that just don't belong in a convent in general, in terms of the fact that you're supposed to be living in like simplicity and poverty. In my essentials pile, I've put sanitary items, shower gel, shampoo, face wash, deodorant. I wasn't entirely sure whether to put this in the middle pile or essentials, but I've put cotton buds in the essentials, hairbrush. These are hair grips. I've seen sisters with hair grips to keep their hair out their eyes. This is a nail file, but just what I was meaning to put in the essentials pile was just any form of cutting your nails, like whether it's nail scissors or a nail file. Toothbrush and toothpaste, I can't remember if I said that. Flannel, this is my version of a flannel. Sun cream, plasters, and basic painkillers. And then in my wasn't quite sure middle pile, I've got razors, lip balm, face moisturiser, hand cream, and tweezers. And then in terms of what's provided by a convent, from my experience, what is provided is sanitary items, shower gel, shampoo, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste. I don't remember seeing flannels, but I would have thought they probably would be, but I don't remember seeing them. Face wash like this wasn't, but bars of soap to wash your face with are. So soap is still provided for, in addition to shower gel. So shower gel for your body, soap for your face. What else was provided out of these? These were all provided in a more like toiletries cupboard, or shower gel and shampoo was actually already in the bathrooms anyway, because there's no point in sisters each taking a bottle to their own room when you end up getting, when you're going to just be, you can just share all the same bottle, even use the same bottle. But also there was a little area where there was also communal sun cream, plasters, Lemsip type things like drinks you might make if you've got a cold or a flu, and there was basic painkillers. That was in a separate area. And then I don't remember seeing any of these things provided, or any of these things provided. So I guess things like tweezers and hairbrush you could just take, I would just take in with me anyway. But this little allowance that I'm able to have, these items here are the kind, and hair grips, they're just like last, wouldn't they? But so these are the things that I would use the allowance for if I like, I'll see, but usually in winter I do need something like lip balm and hand cream sometimes, or sometimes face cream. But these are the kinds of things that I would use the little allowance for. But these are all the things that I'm pretty sure would be provided at a convent.
Well, I hope you found that useful. And while we're on the subject of toiletries, if you haven't seen my video, which I called the Razor Lip Balm Moisturiser Vocation Reflection, I think I called it that, I'll put a link to it in the description box below, because you might find that interesting as well.